Why is everybody saying that there is a deal? For the last 24 hours, all I've seen are content creators saying that a deal has been reached and that here are the details to that deal. Here we are 24 hours later, and there is no deal reached. Every single time Trump or someone from the administration says that we have gotten close to it, Iran comes out and tampers down that expectation. Even today, May 25th, which is Memorial Day, a senior official from the Trump administration came out and said that there is a deal agreed to in principle by Iran, but still nothing concrete from Iran. And the media keeps conflating the word deal, or rather a peace deal, which is where everybody's mind goes to, with the Memorandum of Understanding, or an MOU, which is what the Trump administration has initially pushed out. An MOU is not a deal. Or rather, it is not a peace deal. It is part of the process, and that is what people are trying to, or at least that's what the administration is trying to get across, and what the media keeps confusing a lot of people on, leading to creators and social media types to state that the deal has been reached. There is no deal. Now, the Memorandum of Understanding, or the MOU, as which people should be referring it to as, is talking about the possibility of opening up the strait, that both blockades, the Iranian blockade and the U.S. blockade, will come down one step after the other and allow for the free flow of ships into international waters. There is a mine-clearing component to this, that apparently the British Navy is preparing to clear mines in the Strait of Hormuz, as they have the technology to do so much more than our underwater surveillance drones do, rather mine-clearing drones. And a side note, apparently Al Carnes, who is the British Armed Forces Minister, came out to say that I would always say that the British Navy is the best in the world, and that's a quote, and I really have to laugh at that. I'm sorry, Great Britain, but you guys are a shadow of your former selves in every respect, especially your Navy. All that said, the proposed MOU is supposed to basically open the strait, where the discussions on nuclear material will happen during the 60-day window in which the strait will be open. They also caution people that an actual deal will take days to make, and that the opening of the strait could take as much as 30 days from now. And so you're not even looking at a full opening, even if they were to come to an agreement, until the end of June. Now, all of this has potential to be torpedoed at the end of this week once the Hajj, which is the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, has concluded. Or it might be the start of the releasing of a pressure valve, if you will, on the global economy as we go into these summer months. Again, there is a 30 to 60-day window built into this Memorandum of Understanding, so I wouldn't be surprised if we are just in a strategic way kicking the can down the road. Speaking of pressure, the Cuban regime faces more pressure from the United States as the blockade around Cuba continues. We have a carrier strike group in the area, and we still have additional sanctions being applied to the Cuban regime, ever so slowly increasing the pressure towards their hopeful collapse or surrender. Of course, not all the pressure is bad, as not only are the oil companies benefiting, but so is the Panama Canal, a very strategic logistics choke point in the Western Hemisphere. Because it transits right through Panama, they get to actually exact tolls and fees on the ships that use their canal, benefiting them, netting them billions of dollars. And so hopefully they are taking the windfall that they are getting from this current crisis and applying it effectively. But Panama is definitely going through an economic boom, not only because of the pressure being applied to the Strait of Hormuz, but because of the Trump corollary, which is an addition to the Monroe Doctrine, otherwise now known as the Donroe Doctrine, as further development has been brought to Panama ever since the start of the Trump administration. Basically, what's good for the Western Hemisphere is good for America in general. So you would want to see this succeed. You'd want to see Panama increase economically, just like you would want to see it in Venezuela, and soon, hopefully, to see in Cuba.